I've been enjoying your content for some time,
Thanks.
and then I saw like the awesome things you're doing in your community, and I thought that I didn't even recognize it was you. I just thought it was coming across my feed, and I saw multiple of them, and then I looked over and I was like, "Oh shit, it's you!" And I was like, "This is something I'd love to just promote, to for anybody who does work in good working communities. I'm there. I support you, no matter the color, red or blue, or what side of the fence you on. That those stories need to be put forward. Um,
I
so
agree 100%.
so tell me a little bit about yourself and the project that you are working for.
Well, I'm Jeff Watkins, just a regular average Joe. I'm married. Been married. Well, I've been with my wife since '97.
Damn,
Um,
I was a
yeah,
sophomore in high school.
and I, well, I think I just got back from the Marine Corps. Uh, so I think I graduated in '96. Yeah, early '96, and then I went to the Marines after that. Met her at a welcome home party for me from the Marine Corps from my friends. Um, we have a daughter. She's 8 years old. I'm 42 now, so I'm that old dad. Uh, but I'm just like I've been a foreman at aluminum extrusion plants, just a normal mill rat guy, and uh, I was watching Facebook videos one night. It was like real late at night, 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just watching through different videos, and I saw something scroll. I saw something scroll across my screen real quick, and kind of like like you just see it and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I started watching it, and it was an episode of Returning the Favor with Mike Rowe. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Mm-mm, I
Okay,
have
you
not.
need to check it out, man.
I
It's
will.
an awesome show. Basically, what he does is he goes around the country looking for what he calls bloody do-gooders, and he highlights what they're doing to try to bring them some type of media coverage. And he did an episode on Sleep in Heavenly Peace in, I think it was 2018 is when it aired. There was two chapters, and they were based out of Idaho. They started in 2012. The gentleman's name was Luke Mickelson that started it. It started as a little community project. He was going to help. He was a leader of his youth group at his church, I believe, and he found out that there was a girl that needed a bed. So he went went and got the material and made a bed in his garage. He said he actually had to use his wife's tools because he didn't have any. But him and his kids went out and made the bed, and they had enough material left over. So they made another bed and they posted it on Facebook, one of the buy seller trades or something like that, saying if you need the bed, just let us know and you can have this for free. They had such a huge response from that post that he's like, maybe there's something to this. Maybe it's a bigger problem than we thought. So he started doing some research and found out that there was a ton of people. There's a ton of children in everybody's city that is sleeping without a bed. Sleeping on dirty clothes that they wore the day before at school. They come home, take the clothes off, put it on the ground. That's their bed, their pillow, and their blankets. And I I can't even tell you the situations that we've been in as far as the children are concerned. Um, they're very emotional, but the difference that you make in their lives is amazing.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I was in, I was a child of a family that had a lot of substance abuse problems. And when you said people sleep on clothes, that's not a fucking joke. Like I was that kid. I remember watching Fox and the Hound, you know, and I'm sleeping on a pile of dirt. I'm not even sure. They might have been clean clothes that were just out of the washing machine or something, but that was my bed.
Right.
And I remember, watching not only Fox and Hound, but TGIF. Remember TGIF on Fridays?
Oh yeah.
That's what we
Oh
would
yeah.
do. And because the parents were more concerned about, they were more wrapped up in the disease than knowing how to take care of us. So
Yep.
it resonates with me. And I think it's definitely beautiful.
Yeah. There's so ever since the episode aired of Returning the Favor in March of, I think it was February or March of 2018, they have gone from 2 chapters to now over 250 chapters across the country. So, and that's expanding. Even if you wanted to, you could contact headquarters and try to start a chapter of your own. But I did some research, and there's actually one in Santa Barbara, which that's only about 30 minutes from your headquarters.
Yeah, it literally. I mean,
Yeah.
that was my first. Santa Barbara is the first. I was a radio guy, so that was my first
Okay.
gig in radio in Santa Barbara. So I would drive from here to there every day. Not even a problem.
Right. So there is a chapter there. There's a lot of chapters based around the greater San Francisco regional, I guess.
Mhm.
I'm not from California, so I don't know.
What state are
But
you in?
there's a lot of them in that area. I'm in Ohio.
You're in Ohio. Oh shit, we have a
Yeah.
No Cover
Yeah.
Ohio. Oh, there he is. The chapter we have is like probably 30 minutes out of Cleveland, No Cover Ohio.
I'm in Youngstown, so I'm on the border of Ohio and Pennsylvania. I'm about an hour from Cleveland.
Okay, nice.
So depending on where that's at, it might be closer to me. Like I'm 35, 40 minutes away from Akron, about an hour from Cleveland, depending on traffic and stuff.
Maybe we can send some the next time you guys. Well, once we get our video side together over there, maybe we can send somebody out to the next time you guys are you have a work day, and maybe
Oh, absolutely.
that'll be nice.
Yeah, because what we do is we actually, our main goal or our main mission is to make beds for kids that are sleeping on the floor. But our secondary mission is bringing the community together. They always say that it takes a village to raise a child, but it's the truth. I mean, we can't do what we do without the volunteers and the donations. Everything that we do is donation based and volunteer based. I'm a volunteer and I run the chapter here. So, we don't get paid for what we do. Some of the people at headquarters do, but that's, mostly just to save money on stuff that they have to pay for, like CPAs and stuff like that. Instead of paying a business to do it, they hire somebody that's a lot cheaper and available 24/7. But everything that we do is donation based. So I would say on average, when we do a public build, there's anywhere between 20 to 100 volunteers that show up
That's nice.
to just make these beds, and it's set up in a I'm running out of here. An assembly line type of deal. So each person has a little job that they do at a certain station, whether it's the sanding station, cutting station, marking station, measuring station, drill presses, or assembly. I mean, everybody has their own little tiny part that they do. And I mean, we did a build at a local church. We built 60 beds in 3 hours.
Shit.
Yeah.
How long did you guys how long on Saturday? How long did you guys spend working? And how many beds did you create?
We were there for 4 hours total. We didn't have, because of COVID, a lot of people didn't show up to volunteer. So I think we built 24 beds, but like I said, we had to move people from one station that finished up to another station that was just getting started. So it took a little bit longer, but on a typical build day, we plan on 4 hours for the public to be there.
That's cool, man. And you guys usually do this in your church?
No.
No?
We actually, our chapter is fully self-sufficient.
Uh-huh.
So we would be able to literally go into a field,
Mhm.
an open field, and do a build there.
Oh shit, that's cool. Nice.
Because I mean, we have the generators and all that stuff to take care of the power. Um, but there's some chapters that are just getting started or don't have the funds to get a generator, things like that. So we can do things on site. We have a couple companies nearby that want to do some builds this year, that are going to let us use their warehouse to do the build. So we'll actually go in there and do the build in their warehouse with their electricity and everything, and deliver from there as well.
Do you guys get like discounts from like Home Depot or do people just donate the wood, period?
We do get some discounts. Lowe's is actually a national partner of ours.
Okay.
So they do kind of help us out. And the more we do it, the longer we're a thing here, the more benefits we're getting from our partners, because they're starting to realize that this is really not going away. It's not a fly by night organization. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. So we're here for the long haul. I mean, until we get all the kids off of the floor, which unfortunately is never going to happen, but we are going to try our best to make sure that no kid sleeps on the floor in our town.
And your does your chapter determine who's getting beds on a build?
So we have on our main website, shpbeds.org.
Mhm.
You can go on there and you can request a bed for your children between the ages of 3 and 17. Those requests get separated into chapters. So our chapter right now, thanks to COVID shutting us down all last year, we have 700 requests sitting and waiting for beds. Now, that's with our requests getting shut off. I want to say it was in June. We shut our request off because we couldn't produce any to catch up. So we were getting 100 requests a month easy, for these beds, and we couldn't do anything to fulfill them. So right now we have 55 beds sitting in our storage unit waiting to be delivered, but the mattress suppliers that we use are so far behind because of the amount of beds that we're making, that the mattresses are on back order at least until the end of March. And I ordered probably a month and a half ago.
Yeah. Shit.
So I want to say we've built over 60,000 beds last year.
What do you think your biggest difficulty or hump is in regards to this project?
For myself, for our chapter,
Yes.
or as a whole, for our chapter, our biggest problem right now is just not having a building. We want to, especially in Ohio, the weather is very unpredictable.
I know.
So
talking to my partner,
throughout,
he was like, he was just talking to me like I guess there's just another blizzard or a blizzard.
Yeah, it was just another.
And he was like, "This is a storm," and he just wants to come back to California. And it was raining for 3 days here. I was like, "I'm fucking sick of this shit." It is not even like big rain.
At least the rain doesn't stick around, after it's done. But here, it could be 75 degrees. All right. So just a perfect example, a couple Christmases ago, it was 70 degrees on Christmas. 70 and sunny, beautiful day. The day after, there was an ice storm. But it started snowing that night. How does it go from 70 to snow in the same day? But anyways, in Ohio, so we have that issue. It's something that we have to try to plan for. So during the fall, we might schedule some builds, but it's hard because, luckily, I don't know if you're a religious guy or not, but I am. And luckily God has kept us, the weather good for us anytime we've had a build scheduled in any type of weather. But we want to have a build at least once a month,
Mhm.
because the more beds we build, the more kids we can get off the floor. So right now we can't really schedule things in the end of fall or throughout the entire winter because we don't know what the weather's going to be like. So that's our biggest concern right now, is just trying to find a building without paying a fortune for it, because obviously, the less we pay in that, the more beds we can make with the money that we do bring in.
Well, I got some friends out there. Let me see what I can do, man. I'd love
Okay,
to.
that's
I
awesome.
was going to be a priest, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I was about to join the seminary, and then my dad sort of made it vocal to me that he preferred me to join the military, and so I spent 12 years in the service. And
Yes, thank you for that, by the way. I meant
thank
to
you,
mention
man. I
that.
appreciate you too. And then after I got out, because it's hard, man, to be in there and have a kid, they were going to send me back to Iraq,
Mm.
and the last time I was there, it was 9 months, and I'm glad I didn't go because, man, they
It's
were
tough
gone
being
the
away from
whole
your
year.
kids, man. That's for sure.
And kids, they're like,
Yeah.
when you're younger, a day is like a week for me right now as an adult. So,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
imagine 2 days. I mean, it's just, it would have ruined the relationship I have, and I'm glad I got out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I actually thought about going to become a pastor here, but the only place that I could afford to go is in Chicago, where it's free, and I can't leave my family for 4 years to go and get a degree to be
Yeah.
a pastor. But uh, so I took it. Uh, I started a men's group and Bible study on Monday nights here at my church, that runs off of a series called 33 the series, where it teaches men about authentic manhood based on the 33 years that Jesus Christ walked the earth,
Mm.
and his image of manhood, that it speaks about in the Bible, and it brings it to gentlemen like you and myself, that it kind of brings us in a normal life situation where we can learn how to react, and how people are watching us react, like especially our children, and daughters and sons both, how they watch their father, and even at the age of 85, daughters will look back on how their dad handled a situation as they got closer to the ends of their lives and things like that, and it'll help them even at 85 years old to cope with a situation that arises for them. And it's just amazing the effect that we have on children, uh, which is one of the reasons that I'm so heavily involved in Sleep in Heavenly Peace, is just because I want to help children. We see the stories. I know you've seen some of my posts on TikTok about different situations that children are living in, and I want to get more involved in trafficking and stuff like that too, to try to help end that, and help children that have been through that. I don't know exactly where to go where to go and start with that yet, but I'm going to look into it because I just want to get more involved. Our children are the future of this world, and if we don't help them now, God knows where we're going to be.